I'm Carrie. This is Student Loan Chit-Chat. I've had a little extra time in front of the computer deck here because of Thanksgiving break. So I'm trying to give you a little extra content. But we return back to school next week. But for what it's worth, let's look at a TikTok here. Just going to go ahead and play the whole thing through. It's pretty short. All right, let's do it.
How in the hell am I gonna pay these boys off? My parents fucked my life up. And wait, there's more. I need a miracle.
All right. That's actually the end of the TikTok there. So let's talk about this, okay? How the hell am I going to pay this debt off? My parents effed up my life. This is by Operation Pay My Loans. It looks like his name is David. Okay, if I'm reading this correctly up here at the top of the screen. So let me go ahead and address this. The comments are actually pretty brutal. I won't say really brutal, but looking here at the comments section, they're basically telling him, parents' fault, laugh out loud, what? Someone else says, you took out these loans. Jabus down here says just don't pay them. Now we all know that's a bad idea because not paying your loans, you got to remember, folks, that in some states your student loan, if it goes into default, can affect your ability to hold a job license. So in some states, if you're a teacher, engineer, whatever profession requires you to have a license, in some states, being in default on your student loan can actually authorize the state to pull your license. All right, so you're out of a job. In other states, they can take your driving privileges away. So the penalties, when you hear people say, hey, just don't pay your loan, F it, whatever, please don't do that. That's not the way you want to go about handling that. It's really not, especially now. Well, the student loans are starting back up. We're in the on-ramp period and the Fresh Start program. For those in default, especially for the very first time, if you are in default, you need to get yourself out of default and they will help you. Okay, you need to call your service loan provider. Just tell them, I want to get onto the Fresh Start program to get out of default. Okay, it's a real program to help bring all defaulted loans during the pandemic back up to be current again. And if you're on public service loan forgiveness PSLF, you won't be able to get onto that program so long as you're in default. And if you can't get onto that PSLF program, you certainly can't get your loans forgiven. So please don't default. Okay, but let's address his thoughts here. Okay, as to blaming his parents, we need to remember something. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wind this screen here so I can see a bit better. At least you can see me a bit better. We need to remember something, okay? These kids, okay, really 18, 19, these young kids were told by every school counselor, probably in high school, they were definitely told by every admissions person they ever visited at every college, and their parents most likely told them all the same thing. Go to college. Everybody takes out college debt. Everybody gets into debt. The debt, taking on the debt will allow you to get a job that will more than pay off the degree. Never mind if it was a tuba degree, a photography degree, a drama degree, acting degree, whatever. Okay, from the most what would you call it? From the STEM degrees, all right, all the way down to your liberal arts, basket weaving, and gender study degrees. These young people were told this. So it's really easy to sit and blame and say, you're the one who signed the loan and you did this and you did that. Okay, yeah, they did. Yeah, they're above 18. Yes, they did sign on the paper. But think back, okay, to maybe, when you were 18, how impressionable were you? How much influence did your parents have over you? Okay, for most of us, pretty much a whole lot. All right. It's very easy, especially as we get older and we see how this system actually works and how messed up the student loan system is. It's very easy for us to throw stones and look at an 18, 19-year-old and go, man, you were dumb. How could you have taken out this loan? How could you get into debt? I did one. A parent convinced her 19-year-old daughter to sign off on a $225,000 respectively, $225K student loan so her brother could go to medical school. Are we going to blame her? Are we going to blame her for being dumb? Is it that easy? So when this, what's his name? David. So when David says, in essence, how am I supposed to pay these bills? My parents effed up my life. Yeah, parents can do that. They really can. I will link at the end on this video. I will link, if I remember, I try hard to remember, I will link the mother who basically, she convinced her daughter through a whole lot of pressure, we need to send your brother to medical school. You need to sign off on this loan. Well, she's now 27 years old and she now has the full awakening of what she just signed off on. But she didn't understand at 19 and just out of college. And here's the other thing I would tell young people. If you can, and you've heard this 100 times, and you maybe, some of you need to hear it 100 more. You need to go to community college to get the associate's degree. Forget the fanciness of a 4-year degree if you don't have the economic ability to do it. If getting that 4-year degree, not all of us, okay, and I totally understand. Not everybody has parents that can help get them through a 4-year program financially and everything else. Many of you are going to need to go the community college route. Get over the ego blow, so to speak, of going to community college. It is the smart people go to community college. They go there for 2 years. Then you go to an in-state university. This David, okay, this TikToker here, even though, he was 18 when he signed on the line, I can guarantee you he had heard it 100 times that the goal was to go to school. Everybody goes to school. Everybody takes on student loan debt. It's a normal part of life. Don't worry about the debt. You'll make enough money in whatever career you chose. Like I said, from medical to basket weaving, all right? You'll make enough money to pay it off. And then these young kids do just what the adults told them to do. And then we put the young kids in this type of position, making TikTok videos, because the young kids get older as they go through school. And all of a sudden they go, what the hell just happened? I entered school. I signed on the line. I did everything the adults told me. David apparently had no adults in the room. And I don't know. I don't think he said what he majored in. Okay. So I don't know. But this is why young people are mad. This is why they're upset. They did what we told them to do. And they can also turn around and they can look at adults like me at 56 and I couldn't even pay off my own damn loan. Okay? I couldn't even pay it. I had to have that given through PSLF. If the adults in the room can't do it, how can we blame other people for doing it? And then how can we get mad at them when they say, what the hell did my parents just get me into? And here's the final thought. If your parents are not the one paying the bill, young people, if your parents are not paying the bill, and I'm talking like when you're in school, they're actually writing the check. They're not telling you go to school, I'll pay you back later. They're not doing that. They're actually paying the bill. If they are not doing that, then do not take yourself on a student loan journey ride to go to that school that you swear is your dream school. It's just going to sink you financially. And if your parents are not the ones paying the bill, and I mean paying the bill from quarter to quarter to quarter, because I've done some stories where the parents said they would pay the bills, so the student goes all the way through school and no money from the parent. You are a legal adult at this point, young people. You are a legal adult. If your parents aren't paying the bill, then you need to make the adult decision and say, perhaps a 4-year school is not the best for you. I don't care how fancy the gym is. I don't care how wonderful the swimming pool is and if they have the best rowing team in the state. All right? Take yourself to community college. Then take yourself in-state to 2-year school. to a 2-year to a 2-year university. And some of you may even find that in community college you decide, this college thing isn't for you, then go to a trade school. All right. So I'm sorry, David, that there were not more adults in the room. There should have been. And this is why we can't so easily dismiss people and say, well, you took out the loan, you should pay it back. Sure, they took out the loan, but they did it on somebody else's orders. And I believe that was the adults. I'm Carrie. This is Student Loan Chit Chat. I hope you will consider subscribing to this channel and have a great Saturday night. Bye.